Well, it's all come crashing down around him. Let's begin. Now, of course, I don't know if it's just me, but I'm pretty sure I remember a few years ago Sadiq Khan saying he's going to lower the pollution levels in London and help protect all the vulnerable people and little children from all the nasty fumes that's apparently causing a lot of them to get unwell or even worse, die. And he was quite proud, if I remember rightly, in saying that. However, of course, he did tend to brush under the carpet, didn't he, that if you pay him £12.50 or whatever it was back then you could just drive through, and those children and vulnerable people, well, I'm guessing they can go F themselves. Presumably anyway. But there is just one problem, and it's a bit of a big one, a massive one, which unfortunately for Sadiq has made him go from Sadiq can to Sadiq can't. And in fact, if anything, it's made him look a bit of a can't himself. And I say that because according to this article it says Sadiq Khan Ulez expansion to outer London failed to lower pollution levels as a report has found. Well, what a shame, eh? Hopefully now that this has come out, Sadiq Khan will have a bit of a rethink on Ulez. Or maybe he'll be pressured too, whether he likes it or not. But apparently Bromley Council measure no overall lowering to pollution in the months after the mayor expanded his £12.50 daily charge zone to cover the whole city last year. And get this, the partly rural borough, which is the largest in London, saw pollutants emitted by vehicles increase after apparently the charge was imposed on August 29th last year. A report by the local council's Environment Committee said in June it found that in November last year, 3 months after the Ulez expansion, levels of pollutant nitrogen dioxide were higher across all of the borough's 32 air quality monitoring locations than they were in the preceding August. So perhaps the pollution itself has given Sadiq Khan the virtual middle finger. But how can that possibly be? I mean, he's saying that there's surely going to be less vehicles, isn't there? So just what's going on? Well, I could be wrong, but I'm guessing there's something that we like to call the wind. Because let's face it, I don't know about you, but if just imagine you're sitting down in your garden on a lovely summer's day, relaxing, maybe even doing a barbecue, and instead of smelling that nice food you're cooking, you suddenly smell a really stinky stench which actually reminds you of your girlfriend's fart. And that is because our lovely friend the wind has carried it very gently over to your nasal cavities, whether we like it or not. And this is surely what I'm betting is behind all this, because let's face it, you can't just expect air or wind to go, oh no, I can't go over to that borough, that's Ulez unfriendly, I've got to stay here and keep this area clean. Or maybe, just maybe, that's what Sadiq Khan expects it to do, eh? So what they said about it then, well, apparently the increase was blamed on seasonal weather and temperature variations, and only 8 of the locations saw more nitrogen dioxide in December 2023 than in August last year. However, when comparing the data with 2022 report, it concluded what could not be seen at present is an overall lowering in pollutions that can be directly attributed to the implementation of Ulez in outer London. So there you go, Sadiq Khan, bloody well sort it out and stop all this Ulez crap now, because let's face it, not only are you making a mockery of it all by letting people through it if they pay you, or TFL, a fee, but now it's been proven that it's absolutely made no bloody difference at all, it seems, eh? And surely if it's true for this new expansion, then presumably it is also true in central London as well, I'm betting. So surely it's time for either Sadiq Khan or Ulez to go. However, going back to TFL, they have made a bit of a boo-boo of their own, shall we say, which, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure Sadiq Khan also runs. But what have they done then? Surely all the extra money they ask for, they really need, don't they? Well, it makes you wonder. According to this article, it says that TfL used made-up data to justify a multi-million-pound roundabout upgrade. Well, it makes me wonder if all those multi-million pounds actually went to that roundabout upgrade, and hopefully none slipped on the floor in anyone's back pockets, eh? But anyway, the article says that TfL, Transport for London, had been forced to issue an apology after using made-up data to justify a multi-million-pound upgrade to a major roundabout. You can just imagine it, can't you? Oh, we're sorry, we won't do it again. Oh, well, that's all right then. Oh, no harm done. Well, sorry, TfL, but we want that money back. And in fact, you can actually help us all out, or maybe as punishment for yourselves, reduce the amount it costs on the tube, because quite a lot of Londoners actually rely on that, don't they? But anyway, Sadiq Khan's Transport Authority insisted that Hogarth roundabout in Chiswick needed increased space for walking and cycling to help achieve the mayor's goal of eliminating death and serious injury from the capital's roads. And apparently an online consultation said that the £5 million works, which included reducing speed limits from 40 miles an hour to 30. Hopefully they don't go 20 anytime soon. I'm guessing that does seem the way things seem to be going, doesn't it? But anyway, they said that was necessary due to the high number of motorcyclists injured at the spot on the busy A4, and official documents apparently claimed that TfL statistics had found that during just 18 months from January 2022 to January 2023, there were 25 slight and 5 serious motorcycle collisions at the roundabout. And get this, even Penny Reeves, TfL's head of Healthy Street Investment, told the consultation, these proposed changes will help reduce road danger at the Hogarth roundabout, particularly for motorcyclists. There is just one problem. Chiswick residents were a bit surprised by the suggestion that there were almost 2 motorcyclists being injured every month, and submitted a Freedom of Information request for accurate data. And they established that TfL had, let's just say, inflated the numbers a bit, and getting the time period and the number of motorcyclists involved completely and utterly wrong. Instead of the 25 slight and 5 serious motorcyclist injuries, there were in fact 5 slight and 1 serious injuries on the roundabout. And rather than being just over 18 months, the 6 motorcycle collisions took place over 36 months, double the actual time frame. So surely there can be no excuse for this. This, if anything, is blatant lying. And if it's not, if there was some sort of error that they're going to blame this on, it surely just goes to show that they really do need to research things a bit more accurately before going to the government applying for funds, I'm guessing. And of course this meant that the true motorcycle collision rate was just 0.17 per month, not the 1.7 that TfL had claimed. And TfL updated its online collision with the accurate data and apologised for the, wait for it, error. Well, that is not good enough, I'm afraid. They, in my opinion, really do need to pay that money back.